Hello everybody. This is Zoatrion coming to you. Really don't know where to start, but we're going to start here. This is going to be my first video, and what inspired me to actually do this and create this channel is this guy right here. It made me want to actually compare it to one of Bandai's because I actually enjoyed making this, and I do enjoy building Bandai model kits. So we're going to compare it to this one today. It's not a one-for-one comparison, but I don't have the Mandalorian Blokees one yet, and when I get it, we can go back and do another comparison. But overall, it's still a humanoid character. So I was wanting to compare it that way. So let's get into it. So here we have Darth Vader with everything he comes with. He comes with this great stand, a bunch of different hands. He even has this piece right here that connects to the bottom of his foot to where he can use the stand without, tipping over. You can plant him in there, do all sorts of articulation. And he even has a hand that's connected to his lightsaber, which you can take off just the regular one. And you can use his sweeping motion for an effect, if that's what you like. I know my setup's not the best, but I'm working on it. So, and it's very easy to replace. Just pop it off and pop it back on. Easy peasy. And as far as his articulation, his legs does have a limited amount because of his back cape or, garb, robe. Yeah, robe. He's a Sith. Of course it's a robe. So he cannot do the splits. He does have a great knee joint that just popped apart. Haha, but it snaps back in very easily and very solid. So that's about as far back as it goes without popping out. He does not, he has a slight ankle tilt. Let's move this over here. This is my first time doing this, so please work with me. So he does have a slight ankle tilt, but if we was to put him in a regular pose, let's see here, let's put his chokehold hand on him. Yes, I am actually very nervous. So, let's get him in a nice pose here. That there is about as far as he can go. Of course, his robes does help hold him up if you're not using the stand, but you can't do many any weird articulation or posing without either a figure stand, because he does not have any ports on him whatsoever. And I just knocked off his helmet, which is easy to pop back on. his cape is made out of like a rubber or polyurethane, or not polyurethane, but a type of rubber, plastic. And he does have a good head tilt. He does not. He does have a joint here and a ball joint here, which it all snaps together so rock solid. I don't have any footage of me putting it together. But the worst thing about it is if you're wanting to change out the foot, is that you are going to have to use a tool because it is in there. To be able to take that out, slap on the foot that has the peg, of course I picked the wrong side. And I'm just going to leave this in because, you know, it's not that easy to do it on camera. And I just want to show that. Of course, it's also my first video, which is not hard to, you know, just use a tool to slide that out. Or if you want to start out by using that, you can. And then you place him in. And then you can do all your poses. Of course, I like to have his lightsaber in because it is Darth Vader. And that ball joint did pop out, but it's easy to pop back out and pop it into the other hand. So, in my opinion, it was a great figure to build. I had a lot of fun with it. And I can't wait to build the next one. And I did almost forget the manual he comes with felt premium as all get out. I mean, it does fold out. It's all in color. It shows you all the little points. It was just had a nice feel to it, and the build of it was excellent. And here he is, just spinning around. And here we are back with Mando and everything he can get. Or should I say, the Mandalorian. He does come with a stand. He comes with an extra 2 hands. Of course, I just left one of his hands attached to the gun because that's the only thing that hand goes to, is his gun. Which the hilt of this gun has kind of a rubbery feel to it, type of plastic. But everything else is just one color. Then it comes with his Beskar spear. And it comes with his Mandalorian sword, which is all black, which I went ahead and painted the blade because, what can I say? I just had to. He comes with a sheet of stickers, which I have to tell you right now, I did try to use some of them, and they're absolute crap. I would not use them whatsoever. Which, that brings me to another point with Vader. All these little spots here that are colored. they're already pre-painted. All this is color separated on the runner. I don't know if they're actually painted before they go into the box or if they're injection, made that way. But Blokees really knocked it out with this, and that's one of the features that I really like. And no, Vader is not the first Blokees that I've put together. I've also put together Soundwave, which I can do a review on him also. And I've done a lot of the little ones. They're more of a Legends size, of course. And that's just one of my Optimus Primes, of course. I do love my Gundams, but one of the reasons why I love Gundams is because of Transformers. And as far as Mando, he also comes with almost two full runners extra. I mean, there are more hands on here if you want to use them, but they don't match the black aesthetic. They're more of a brown. And then looks like there's another jetpack you can put together on here. And of course, the manual that he comes with is your standard Bandai manual, which is just fine. I've never had an issue with any of their newer manuals, let me say. Some of their older manuals left me wanting and, scratching my head a couple of times. Just because it wasn't translated already. But you can just pop him off. It's just a friction fit on his stand. His cape is kind of a cloth, which I really don't care for that a whole lot. He also has a spot on his back to where you can put his Beskar spear. And there's also other connections you could put on his back instead that you can use for his other weapons, like his gun or there's not a connection for the sword. But as far as his posability and his articulation, he does have your typical head where, you can get your giggity out of. Looks well up, well down. A lot more articulation and pop aesthetic than Vader. I mean, Vader's helmet came off, but his whole head didn't come off. And this is going to be a pain because of that cloth. Give me a second. There we go. We're back. With the way his cape is on there, that kind of makes it a pain to put his head back on. Of course, he's got the bend at the elbow. He does have a twist at the upper arm. His arms do go up. His Beskar does move a little bit. Your regular ball joint hand. He moves at the hips. Of course, things do pop off. Or not hips, at the legs. Sorry. He does have a hip movement. And an okay ab crunch or midway ab crunch. Bend at the knee. We're going to leave that off. Foot. He does have more of an ankle bend. So let's put him in the typical pose. See, things just fall off. But this is an older kit, to give him that. It was, 2001? 2002? I believe. It was a 2001 kit. But that's about all you're going to get out of him. Of course, things popped off. And yes, I did get things colored, but not by using the stickers. I went ahead and painted them instead. So all the color accuracy on here is because I decided to go ahead and paint it. Oh, and he does come with a pistol, which fits in his holster quite well. So overall, I do like him. You know, I do like my Bandai kits, mostly for the Gundams, but you know, I'm a Star Wars fanatic, so I just could not pass it up. Especially being a Mandalorian. See, things are just falling off completely. But Bandai's had that problem in the past with even their Gundams. Or some of their Dragon Ball figures. But we'll be right back. And the bonus side to being Bandai, he does have a 3mm port on his jetpack to where you can put him on a stand. And there he is in all his glory. And there they are side by side. Overall, they're close to the same height, close enough to where you can mix and match and pose them together if you really want it. Mandalorian is a little bit taller than Darth Vader. It might be hard to tell on the video because his stand is thicker than the Mandalorian's. But not enough to make a big difference. But for the price, and this is the problem, this here is 30 USD for the Mandalorian. And yes, it's not a premium Bandai, but you know, it's about a normal price for a Bandai kit. High grade or otherwise. This I found at Walmart for $14.99. $15 USD. And it honestly feels more premium in the long run than the Mandalorian. And as a enthusiast of, you know, just building model kits, I really wanted to show that off. And I've been talking about making a channel for a few years now, but never had the courage to do it. And there is Ultra Instinct Goku, which is actually taller than both of them. But it is a Bandai kit, and a little dusty too. But I was wanting to throw him in there just because. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button down below. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be coming at you with more reviews. If there's anything that I've missed or that you would like in more detail in like future videos, please put it down in the description. I promise I will read all the comments and hopefully try to improve on how I'm doing it. Like I said, I kind of have a janky setup to do it right now. I'm doing the recording on my phone, going to transfer the files to my computer and do the editing there. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be seeing you. Have a good one, and tell all are one.